Welcome back to the Britannia Coin Company. We're a coin dealer based in Royal Wootton Bassett in the UK. Today we're going to be having a look at some hammered coins. It's been a while since we featured some hammered coins, and I know it's a topic that many of you want us to return to, so here we go. There's so many factors which separate high value from more affordable British hammered coins, so today we're going to be looking at two different examples, one higher value and one lower value, to have a look at what may impact on price and value. It's not just the grade and the rarity of a coin which can determine its value, so we'll have a look at a couple of examples. We start with King Henry VIII. This is a silver groat which was struck in Tournai in what we now know as modern Belgium. It had been captured by King Henry VIII's invasion of France in 1544, securing the largest expansion of English territory onto the European continent since the 100 Years' War. It is clear the coin isn't in great condition. There's a major crease and damage across the portrait of the king. Around the edge of the coin there is a lot of metal missing. Despite this, the details are very good and the lettering is very clear. The crown and details of the profile too are very clear. What really adds value to this is the fact that it was minted in Tournai, where a mint was set up after the capture of the city. Groats and half-groats were struck there, identifiable by a crowned T mint mark, which you can see on the reverse. The reverse also features a quartered shield of arms and would have been minted between 1513 and 1518. As with the rest of King Henry VIII's early silver coinage, the coin features a portrait of his father, Henry VII. The fact that few of these survived, coupled with the attractive portrait, makes this coin very valuable in spite of the damage done to the coin. Another coin from the reign of King Henry VIII is this silver half-groat. This coin would have been struck at the Canterbury Mint between 1509 and 1547. Immediately you can see this is from later in his reign, with a distinctive portrait of the king, which we can easily recognise despite the fact it's been considerably worn. From history lessons you may remember that he was a rather large chap, and the artists of the time did not shy away from this, portraying the king accurately on his coinage. This is a change in style from his predecessors, who all looked fairly similar on their coins. The reverse features another quartered shield of arms. Again you can see that this coin is rather worn, with some of the details hard to discern and the lettering harder to pick out. One reason for this was the great debasement, whereby the quantity of precious metal used in the coins was reduced severely later in the king's reign, earning the nickname copper nose, where the increase in the copper in the mixture of the metal, the copper would corrode faster on the raised parts of the design like the nose. In addition to wearing away, the coins also tended not to strike well to start with. Despite all that, this coin is actually in fairly good condition, and where it was issued by the Canterbury Mint under Thomas Cranmer, which is referenced in the legend on the reverse, this adds to its value. It is a rare and interesting coin, but much more affordable than the first coin we looked at. I have two coins now from the reign of Queen Mary I. Both of these coins would have been minted at quite a similar time. This is a silver shilling and features the stunning portrait of Queen Mary and her husband King Philip. Philip would become King of England when they married, and Parliament would have been called under their joint authority for the duration of Queen Mary's life. Philip would have ruled as regent should Mary have given birth to an heir, but she never had an heir, and the crown would thereby pass to her half-sister Queen Elizabeth I. This is why both appear on this coin, again continuing the tradition of a more realistic portrayal of the monarchs, with plenty of detail in the clothing and jewellery in this design. The reverse shows a crowned and garnished oval shield bearing the arms of Spain, England and France, and there is so much intricate detail which survives across this coin. Another factor which helps with the value of this coin is how well the moneyer did in striking the design. Nice and centred, with no evidence of clipping, a job very well done. Mary and Philip only reigned together for 4 years, with both appearing only on shillings and sixpences, which narrow down how many would have been minted, again making this a rather valuable coin to have. Next up, we have the same denomination from a similar time period. The portraits are still recognisable, but the detailing on the first coin has been much more worn, which is evident too on the crown above them. On the reverse, it's a very similar story, having lost some of the fine detail. On this one though, you can see the numerals above the shield X and II, denoting 12 pence, which make up a shilling. The coin is also not perfectly round. This could be a result of being struck on a misshapen flan, or because bits of the coin have been shaved off or damaged over time. It's still a coin which is hard to get your hands on, as I mentioned, but this one is much more affordable to add to your own collection. Queen Elizabeth I is up next, the successor to Mary I. We'll start with this coin, a gold crown, which would have been minted between 1558 and 1603. This is the earliest crown coin to be made of gold, and this is an early Elizabethan example. The flan is lovely and round, and as we noted looking at the previous coin, that's a plus. The portrait of the Queen is a little bit flat though. Some of the intricate detail of the coin, namely her hair and clothes, has been lost. Perhaps down to a worn die which had been much used, coupled with wear over time while circulated. To the reverse though, there is a lot of detailing to the coin. The legend around the coin as well is nice and clear. The reverse features another crowned quartered shield, one half of the crown having fared a little better than the other. One major factor in determining this coin's value is that gold coins, then as well as now, are much less common, and this particular coin is pretty rare. Either way, to get your hands on gold Elizabethan coins, it's going to cost thousands, whereas silver can be picked up much cheaper. Speaking of which, here we have a silver sixpence struck in 1569. It would have been minted at a similar time to the gold crown that we've just looked at. Unlike the gold coin though, some of the finer detailing in the Queen's hair and clothing remains, despite being over 450 years old. The reverse as well is particularly good quality, with another quartered shield of arms. To the top we see a coronet mint mark. Again, this is a nice circular flan with no evidence of clipping. Altogether, a lovely quality coin, great detail in high grade, but for considerably less money than a comparable gold coin, although it's hard to beat the appeal of gold. We move from monarchs to the Commonwealth of England. In the aftermath of the English Civil War, we have previously made a video on the coinage at that time, so be sure to check that out. England was declared a Commonwealth with Oliver Cromwell as Lord Protector. This is a silver shilling from 1653. Coins of this time are fascinating, with no royal portrait and simple designs along with English text, which was chosen by the ruling government of the time. Although perhaps not the most beautiful or intricate design, collectors do appreciate these relics of an unprecedented period in our history. We'd grade this example near fine. It does retain decent amounts of detail, but some wear too. This is more noticeable on the shields on the obverse and reverse. Again, we have a case of a bit of a misshapen flan too. The next coin of the same year and denomination is in comparable condition to the first one. We'd grade this as good fine. With some wear on the high points and some evidence of clipping, if you look to the word Commonwealth in the legend, you can see it's a little bit cropped. What is more of an issue on this coin though is the big old hole that goes right through the sun mint mark. This would have been done for a few reasons, perhaps to create a touch piece, a coin or medal believed to cure disease, bring good luck or influence people's behaviour. It might have been done to make it into jewellery as well. Many collectors will avoid coins with holes in them, but if that doesn't faze you, then you can get a really nice high-graded coin, a rare coin for a fairly reduced price. Other than the hole though, this is a really nice example of this coin. Well, there we go, a whole range of beautiful hammered coins. Let me know in the comments which has been your favourite as well. We've looked at a couple of the factors which can influence the price and value of these coins, but we've barely scratched the surface, and there's plenty more of this topic to return to in the future. There are links in the description to the coins which are featured in this video, so if you'd like to take a closer look or make a purchase, do follow the links down below. Be sure as well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free to do and means you won't miss out on any of our future uploads. We're also on Facebook and Instagram, where we post lots of pictures of our coins. We're on Twitter and TikTok. We've got our shop and online store, and I'll see you next time for more amazing coins from the Britannia Coin Company.